Hello again. It is altogether possible that some viewers are unaware of the Working Group on Anti-Muslim Hatred, Islamophobia definition, which is meeting under the guidance of Angela Rayner and trying to come up with a working definition of Islamophobia. Although we may be tempted to dismiss this as just one more example of the government's propensity to waste time and money, this particular group needs to be taken very seriously because they are about to introduce in effect both a new Race Relations Act and also a law on blasphemy. Although the definition upon which they are working is non-statutory, that will not stop the police from treating it as though it did have the force of law. In the description to this video I give a link to this group. They have now published some preliminary definitions which refer to the unacceptable treatment of Muslims and anyone who is perceived to be Muslim. It goes on to use language which is impenetrable to the ordinary person, but is pretty alarming once you understand what is actually being said. We are told that we recognise that anti-Muslim hatred, Islamophobia, can also impact communities that are perceived to be Muslim. There are often cultural markers which are adopted by wider faith communities like Sikh, Hindu, Jain and Buddhists, which are used to attack communities that are mistakenly identified as Muslim. This is also true of people of no faith. People of no faith means, of course, atheists. I wonder if any viewers can think what cultural markers could be adopted by atheists or irreligious people which would cause anybody to think that these folk might be Muslims. On the face of it, this is absolutely incomprehensible. I dare say that some people watching this video are people of no faith, they're irreligious people. What could they possibly be doing which would make anybody think that they are Muslim? The answer is, of course, that this refers not to cultural markers at all, but rather skin colour. Hindus, Jains and Sikhs do sometimes get taken for Muslims simply because they look as though they are from the Indian subcontinent. I suppose that the same might be true too of Indian or Pakistani atheists. I wonder if viewers can now see how this initial enterprise is suffering from extensive mission creep. It began by concerning itself with anti-Muslim hatred and has now drawn everybody whose heritage lies in the Indian subcontinent into its orbit. If you are rude or aggressive towards a Hindu or a Buddhist or atheist who happens to be from the Indian family, that too can be a case of Islamophobia. If somebody thinks you are acting because of the perceived Muslimness, as they put it, of the person. Any Asian in this country will be affected if this definition is adopted. Quite apart from the fact that we really don't need a new blasphemy law to replace the one which we've used in this country to protect Christianity in the past, having a definition of Islamophobia which included anybody who might be mistaken for a Muslim because of their skin colour would in effect become a new Race Relations Act. The definition may well be touted initially as being non-statutory, that is to say, not legally binding, but it will certainly be adopted by the police as guidance. Imagine how easy it will then be for anybody from South Asia to claim that any dispute is motivated by Islamophobia because of their perceived Muslimness. We are heading along a very dangerous path, and I don't believe that many people have considered where this is likely to lead us.